Hello, I'm Kaisha and I'm going to be doing a video today. I'm going to talk about autoimmune diagnosis and pregnancy. Okay, so I'm 30 weeks pregnant with a boy. He's like right there. Now he sits head down, feet up, and of course his feet are in my lawn. Now let's talk about the autoimmune diagnosis. I was diagnosed with antisynthetase syndrome, and this was in 2015. That's polymyositis, Raynaud's, and pulmonary fibrosis. It took a while to get to a diagnosis because when you have autoimmune issues, it can be anything. It can be lupus, it can be sjorgens, it can be sarcoidosis, it could be all of these other mixed connective tissues together where they overlap each other. And so I've had to go through a lot of testing, even in pre-pregnancy counseling, to make sure that I didn't have anything detected that they will have to look out more for. The only concern that they have is my lungs, basically. So far, I've only had one scary situation, and it was mainly because my blood pressure was a little low. I was a bit dehydrated, and my magnesium was a little bit low. My potassium was a little bit lower than what it was supposed to be. Come to find out, I was drinking way too much water, but I wasn't eating enough food to soak up the water. So I learned that when that happens, I get a lot of palpitations and I have this heavy feeling in my chest. It's like I can breathe, but it feels like there's something or someone sitting on my chest. And so I've learned to just add some juice or Gatorade or coconut water because I'm a water drinker. I can drink water all day. And I was drinking at least 10 to 12 cups of water a day. That's how much water I was drinking. And that was alone, water fills me up. And so I had to cut it in half and try to eat more than I drank, if that makes sense. Other than that, it's been smooth sailing. I know in the beginning, they wanted to do all of these tests that I wasn't too comfortable with doing, and I felt pressured into getting those tests, but me and my husband, we stood our ground. And we were like, you're definitely not doing any procedure you can't compensate for what could happen. For example, if they were to do a genetic testing where they go inside and get a piece of the placenta to do some testing to see if there's going to be any abnormalities, any abnormal things, then if it doesn't show up on that 10 or 12 week genetic testing, I didn't want to do it. And I didn't do it, to be honest. I didn't want to do that. I felt like it was more of, they know that I had underlying issues, and it was a big money grabber for them to just throw all of these tests at me and say, you might want to have this done. I mean, they were talking about, well, just in case you want to abort the child, some people just want to know before it gets too late. And I'm like, are you serious right now? You want to bring up aborting a child that you haven't even given me a chance. You haven't even had the chance to see what he's going to grow into, what issues that he may have, and you're not going to see everything, while they're in the womb anyway. So that was another thing that I had to get over that, because every time I went to this doctor, he wanted to do all these tests. And I'm like, no, I still don't want to do the testing. And even if he asks today or Thursday, whenever I see him, I will say, no, I don't want to do any testing. And it's not that I was being rude or cocky or anything like that. I'm just very confident in what I've seen for my child and for us, period. I don't think it's necessary that we do unnecessary testing and have to pay for all of these tests. We're always having to pay for, 4 doctors and see them whenever they want to see me, even when I don't necessarily have to see anyone. Right now I have to go every week. So it would be unnecessary to have testing done, and all the other tests are normal. You see what I'm saying? But that's just another thing to look out for. Pre-pregnancy counseling is a must. And I would say having faith in God and praying and having an outlet, because sometimes it can get overwhelming when you go to these doctors and they have nothing good to say. And they suspect the worst. I had to explain to my husband that when we go to see a high-risk doctor, his job is to find what's wrong. And there's been plenty of times when he found out, he saw something that wasn't normal, but then in a couple of weeks later or a month later, we'll do a reassessment and it's fine. So with these type of issues and pregnancy, I would say that some sort of support system, faith, prayer, and meditation is a big one. I'm going to end the video now because I can talk. I have plenty of stories that I could tell, but I want to keep it simple. 30 weeks as of yesterday, and we're still going pretty strong. Baby-wise, he has gotten to the point where he's running out of space, and so he's just rolling, and you can see it like through my abdomen. You can see like arms and I know you've seen that on social media or YouTube where you can see the baby just rolling. That's what he does now, and it's so weird to look at. I have to get used to it. That's all. All right, so that's all I have for today, and I'll be back maybe Thursday, and hopefully my husband will be in the video with me. He has been dodging me for these whole 7 months, Dante. But we'll do one together, and you'll hear his take on it, because though we are one, we're 2 different people. Spiritually, we're on 2 different levels. But it's not like one is so lower than the other. We balance each other out, and each couple is going to be different and unique. So I don't suspect that a lot of couples will understand this, only for the ones who have, that can relate. All right, so that'll be all. You guys have a great day. Bye.